Why is it important for businesses to hire motivational speakers?
We like to invest in training and developing our staff, and if a motivational speaker can aid in that, we also make use of them. It is not using motivational speakers per se, but as a tool to help us with the development of our staff.
To be said, sir. Can't do that, can they? Right, let me give you another example. Attitude. A stands for attitude. And I'll start off by saying a very common and a well-hackneyed, well-used motivational speaking phrase. And it goes along the lines of, it's your attitude, not your aptitude, that determines your altitude. Let's have it again. It's your attitude, not your aptitude, how clever you are, or how good you are at things, that determines how high you fly in life.
Are you a full-time motivational speaker?
Pretty much 90% of my work is motivational speaking, comedy, master of ceremonies, inspirational speaking, that type of stuff. I do a lot of charity work as well for the Guide Dog Association, for women's associations, for churches and so on and so forth. And the other arena where I'm quite qualified and I do sales in is telephone systems, and particularly those that can speak over data and over the internet and connect to other businesses like that. Do you know us guys have got it as well? Us boys have got women's intuition, except because we are who we are, we're tough, and we could watch rugby and crush a beer can like that. We call it gut feel. It's right here. It starts in our tummies, gut feel. When Vincent said to me, come Barry, let's go for a spin, that's exactly what happened to me. It starts on the back here, runs right up your shoulder, pops up on your shoulder and shouts, no, don't do it. And because boys are boys and we're competitive types, don't bother with me, that's supernatural rubbish. Girls are into that, not us boys. That was my mistake number one that night. Mistake number one, not listening to my intuition. Mistake number two was, oh, we're just going to hop in the car, we're just going to drive up this road, around the corner there, around the back of the suburb. We're only going to be gone 10 minutes or so. Mistake number two was I didn't bother, and Vincent didn't bother to put on. No, not seat belts. The seats can stay in on their own. Safety belts.
How did you lose your sight?
I am a qualified motor mechanic and a diesel mechanic by trade. I ticked off one of my life's big ambitions as a young man of owning my own service station. I did very well out of it and went on to tick off another big ambition of mine, and that was to own a Lotus sports car. And then one evening I went for a ride with a friend in it. I spun out of control, showing off, and crashed very badly. I went through the windscreen, nearly killed myself, and that's where the blindness comes from. The period for about a year and a half, 2 years after that was hugely traumatic for obviously my family and for myself. Very difficult, didn't know where I was going to go forward in life and so on and so forth. And I learned several truths about life. My blindness has actually improved me as a person. It's made me think a lot more deeper, to plan, to set goals, all those type of things. And I am here where I am today, sitting at Naspers chatting to you. They would love to be somebody else. And I want to leave you with this final thought, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for being a great audience. This final thought that if you are born, like I've just proved, so magical, so special, so unique, such an individual, why would you want to die a copy? Why would you want to pretend to be somebody else if you are so perfectly special?
The presentation was great. I'm lucky because I was born deaf and I didn't have any big problems. Barry lived a life as a sighted person and then became blind, so it must have been difficult to learn about the world all over again. being born deaf means that my life hasn't changed, because I have always known the world like this. I respect Barry and I wish him all the best in the future.